Hi. Hello. Where are we? Answer. Xylem, also known as Waterstride City, according to myself a few minutes ago. We are here trying to figure out how the heck we're supposed to interpret this freaking road street map thing. Because, like, you would expect us to have actual, like, words and labels and stuff, but it's just sort of like a confusing mess. The only thing I can, like, properly discern from this map is that we're probably dealing with roads that are left side forward. So we're obviously not in a United States city or one heavily associated. This is a European city. We've got other signs and symbols. This might be a map, I think. Then over here we've got who even knows what. And then this sign I think is non-operational. This information display is probably not designed for actual human comprehension. It's instead designed for, like, automated road bots that automate road. I'm sorry you had to accidentally swoop through something that's a spoiler. Because I have been doing some technological work, research, development, and improvements. And I am proud to announce, as we kind of zoop upside down for this awkwardly, the new and improved version of Joyous Guard. How do I rotate the camera? Give me 180-degree tilt so I can look at myself. Surprised that worked. So, very new, very real, very good. If you were here last stream, you'll have remembered my emotional through line through pain and suffering, perseverance to eventually make something that was kind of good as a lightweight biped. And this is a minor improvement over that. Last time I had a ducket and a shotgun, particularly the Haldeman. Now I just have 2 ducats. I've gone for almost entirely the Alba core, well, our Alba set of parts, except I have the Knacked arms and the Hal head. Everything else is basically as you might remember. The internals might be a little different, but not too much. Still got the flugels. I think I'm using the Talbot or the other Balaam FCS. That's not important right now. What's important is that I'm going to destroy my past self, here represented as being rusty because they're the Knacked core set. I just think it's, like, thematically appropriate. Do some stabbing, get a little kick action. Oh, I didn't have enough kick. That's fine, I can still shoot the bullet. Oh, core expansion. Not gonna stop me. There we go. Okay, mission accomplished. Welcome to reality. I am now
Target
myself.
destroyed. Concluding evaluation.
We ain't concluding a dang thing. This evaluation remains unconcluded. This is the process equivalent of an open parentheses. It's just going to be mildly unsetting for the entire rest of the day. So, important news for Armored Core in general. Patch 1.06 is soon to be upon us. I believe it comes out in 1 week. I don't know what it'll change. Hopefully there will be improvements. Maybe there will be balance changes as well. But on top of all of that, as usual, there will be a ranked score reset. So, we have one solid goal today, and that is to get us high up in A rank, possibly try and do some attempts at getting into S rank today. I will start with the new and improved Joyous Guard. Though here today, I am playing to win, so I will bust out Tidewater just after a quick introductory period, if that's alright with you. I do not predict it will be not alright with you. My stocks are very solidly on the it is alright with you camp. So I do like the way that Joyous Guard looks right now. It's the same paint job as before, but the, like, shaped nature of its, like, core and legs combined with the HAL helmet kind of makes it look like a knight. Like, it's got like a suit of armor on, except it's like a dark knight, like a navy knight. And given the name Joyous Guard, I think that is appropriate, because Joyous Guard is an important castle in Arthurian legend, as I understand. The fact that Joyous Guard ended up looking like a knight, I think, is a lovely coincidence. Okay, we got Trina, we got Linear, we got Punching, we got Boxing Glove. Not to be confused with just Punching. So this is going to be tough, because that Boxing Glove is going to heavily disincentivize me to be close, but I need to be close. I need to shoot them with my bullets and then stab them. Let's hope they want to approach me. You know, I had like a legitimate tactical reason for trying to go forward after they punched me. I wanted the linear rifle shot to go through me. Like, I was so close that the barrel would be long enough that it was a problem for them. Speaking of problems, I'm having a few problems of my own. Uh-oh. Wait, we're living. Yeah, it was not going well. They are very good at keeping the optimal distance from me. I need to be closer than I want to be for an enemy with this set of weaponry. Gotcha. Wrong! Got him! That's what you want to see! That is what you want to occur! Alright, be a little more dancey with them. Respect their distance. They do want to get close to do their combo. I don't know why they did that. Good pulse. I almost got him. They got complacent with their movement, and I almost had enough to hit him. Okay, not a bad first start. You can see that Joyous Guard can hold its own. It feels a lot less clunky and awkward than it did at its inception. It's becoming natural, and I can feel a bit more fluid with my movements now. Still not perfect. There's definitely a lot I can still learn about the finer details of doing good movement. Like, I should probably be whipping out the knife and doing, like, melee cancels to do, like, nice approaches and speed and stuff. I've been told that the flugels are actually good for melee attacks, which, I mean, I don't particularly care about, like, melee boosting for regular attacks, but for like melee canceling as maneuverability, that might be an option. Unfortunately, I'm fighting somebody with 2 shotguns, so this is going to be painful. doesn't necessarily mean I want to cancel the plan, it just means I want to be clever with it. Oh, the turret got me! That was funny. The turret again! That's the secret weapon of this one. Just that turret, the defensive lasers. Alright, bad start. I'm gonna re-roll the RNG one more time, do one more good Joyous Guard fight, and then we'll go for the winning. Fight begin. I did not re-roll the RNG strong enough, unfortunately. That's fine. How do we approach this differently, though? They obviously got shotguns, and we want to juke them out by quick boosting at any range possible. But really, our effective range is overlapped, so I can't shoot him without the risk of him shooting me. Yeah, like, there's not really an opening. The shotguns punish me for being close. The shield means I can't really do much while close. And the orbitals will just hit me over time when I'm least expecting it. Got dunked in the water. Well, okay, Joyous Guard did its best, but when we're in the upper echelons of capabilities, we are going to be dealing with people maximized to their fullest potential. And I am not that good with Joyous Guard just yet. So, it's tide time as I accidentally exit out of the menu. Hello. Very knocked. Double Ransetsu. Regular missiles. This is just a very evasive individual. Probably not the best matchup for Tide in terms of if they're really good at dodging, they're really good at dodging. But if I can hit them, I basically win. It's a question of can I? The answer is I don't know. Yes, I can. We figured it out. Good to be back operating Tidewater. I've been using Joyous Guard so much, and it feels like... For as comfortable as I've gotten with using Tidewater in theory, in practice... Or gotten used to using Joyous Guard in theory, in practice, I just feel at home here. They were not expecting me to explode. Given how ubiquitous Pulse Armor is as the core expansion of choice, I think I have a little bit of an advantage over the meta, at least in the lightweight and midweight meta, by having Assault Armor. They don't expect it, I don't actively show it off, I'm not using it in like big offensive combos, I merely use it to counter their core expansion. And given the very random nature of my opponents, they can't like know what I have ahead of time because they've never fought me before. Or it's been so long that they've forgotten who I am. Which means that it's always a surprise if they don't expect it. They also probably think that I, as a lambs sort of have a reputation outside of my control. They kind of think that lambs are going to be very evasive. They probably, if they think I don't have pulse armor, then they probably think I have terminal armor just because I want to be, like, evasive and annoying. Assuming I was a regular lamb, but I'm not a regular lamb, I'm Tidewater. I'm a close-range brawler. And that is what I like to be. Seems they've gotten my pattern down. Time to mix it up. Oh, they missed! I gotta talk about that after this is over. I missed the explosive thrower shot and they went under it. That would have been fast enough to hit them before the shield went up, but I didn't get the chance. That was awesome. It was also terrifying, but that's par for the course. That was a bad Trino. Why'd you get closer to me, you fool? That's what I want you to do. You fell for the blunders. All right. They were definitely getting a lot better at dodging me, though. I was losing health rapidly. If I couldn't get a solid combo off, I would have been in trouble. So I'm just running the math in my head real quick about how many fights I would have to be to get to the promotion phase, and it's like somewhere between 15 and 20. I don't actually want to do the math right now, but, you know, It's the amount of math it does. Actually, I think it's exactly 18. I ended up doing the math. And that's assuming I win all of them in a row. That's not guaranteed, nor likely. I mean, I guess I could run just a running tally. That would be cool, I think. Since there's public news out that a new patch is coming out in a week, do you think that makes it more or less likely that people would be playing on ranked? For some, I think it would be less, because they want to wait until the game has changed, because then it will be new and interesting. But for some, like me, who want to finish their ascension up the ranks before the season shifts over, maybe they're more inclined to play. Maybe it vaguely changes the operating demographic a little bit. Like maybe I'm no longer playing people who is casually climbing the ranks, and I'm now playing people who are competitively climbing the ranks. Out of the sky. It's fun to hit a majestic shot on someone who is predominantly above you. It activates the same sort of response emotionally as hitting somebody with a rocket who's very high in the air in Team Fortress 2. Can't wait to see if I can bait out some sort of, like, egregious offensive play on their part. Didn't matter, though. I missed an opportunity to use the assault armor on them, but I don't think it matters. I was sort of played passively a little bit after they did that, in the hopes that I would convince them to try and kick me or something. It probably wouldn't have worked because that player had pretty good discipline, given that they are doing a mid-range sort of lightweight build. Still, though, wanted to give the option for them. The option for them to get blown up by me in a massive electrical explosion. What are the kinematics of the core expansion explosion? Like, yeah, it's a big explosion, but it's like a big explosion of lightning and stuff. I suppose this goes deeper into the question of how do the cores work, like how do their power sources operate. And I don't know that much fine-tuned detail about the mechanics of armored cores to be able to answer that question. I do not have the deepest lore insights for you. I barely remember what MT stands for. Oh, there you are. Hi. Yeah, again, I maybe could have pushed the advantage and used the assault armor, but I didn't. That was not something I expected to actually hit. That was such a delayed kick. I fully anticipated missing. They would have just walked out of the way, but no. Just enough stagger to get the job done. Oof. I do not have the range to press that advantage, but it's okay. I don't think they know to dodge the or the charged explosive thrower shot when they're above me. Like, they are not safe up there. I can just hold down the explosive thrower button and then hit them. Being directly above me is not a safe location. It is a safe location for a lot of ACs, but not mine. It's safe against some other weapons I have. True Nose and the Majestic do not work as effectively doing that, but the explosive thrower works just fine. And that already is the weapon I'm trying to use to hit them when they're up there. So I hit them, and then they're like, oh, frick, I gotta leave. And then I hit them with the True Nose while they're leaving. The True Nose are a fantastic weapon to use against somebody who is moving away from you. At least relative to them moving towards you. And especially relative to them moving laterally. I wonder if my opponent's sick of me at this point. I do feel bad if I'm just winning against the same person over and over again. But they are adapting. Oh! Nice moves. That was close. Hit me in a good stagger. I couldn't combo with my stagger upon them. A lot of good combat. A lot of good combat. Gotcha! Finally, I reveal my trap card. Assault Armor. Well, it's not as clean of a combo as I was hoping for, but it did get the message across. Excellent. 15 more to go. I'm gonna let you in on a little bit of me personality lore. I am not as chill of a person in competitive settings outside of streaming. Like when I play Armored Core 6 alone, unstreamed, which I do, I get a lot more angry about the events that occur. What the heck? Another Lamb Explosive Thrower combo? Hello, nice to meet you. Unfortunately, I think they are using missiles basically everywhere else, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, but I get a lot angrier about losses and struggles and stuff when off of stream. I think the fact that this is a more public setting helps me sort of maintain my, like, ability to think and reason about what's going on, and so I don't feel as bad about it. Okay, so this is a person who is definitely trying to missile me out. I have the advantage in that I have some actual legitimate ranged options to hit them with. Like that. I sometimes wonder what kite lambs think of Tidewater. They're like, what the heck is this non-kiting lamb? You can't not kite a lamb. Little do they know that the lambs are made for not kiting. I figured they'd have that. Ooh, the nice kick! I didn't think they had it in them! Wise. Wise move on their part. There they are. Whiffed it on the True Nose. Did not fire late enough. There we are. There we are. Hopefully this has taught them a valuable lesson on how to true no good. They tried to have it both ways. They tried to be the kite, but they also tried to be the close range with the explosive thrower. If they're doing kite, they need to use the explosive thrower as a purely defensive option. But they did not commit to that. They tried to hit me with it in an offensive way, and that did not work for them. I'm trying to resist the urge to count down how many victories are remaining for every single victory I get, because then I'm just going to get impatient and start playing sloppily, because I'm like, come on, I want to get to the victory points, and that's not how you should really be conducting yourself. Hello, Capra. You're saying words this time. That's exciting. Hey, look, they're back. Ooh, but this is a very vertical map. They might scheme to go even higher, to chase the skies above Rubicon, or however the RLF puts it. Fortunately, I'm spawning on the high ground position for this battle, so it's not going to be much of an issue to just sort of stay on the rocks, wait for them to walk over to my vague position. They're going to rock strat as well, which is understandable. Hello. Going for the assault armor. Makes sense, makes sense. I think they swapped out the missiles there. Oh my goodness, they rage quit. Oh man. I mean, I have to assume that's what happened, given the psychological profile I was making about my opponent. I assume that was a very deliberate Alt F4 out of there. Man. At least it will take them a long time to reset the game, to like reload back in and activate all their menus and such. Which means that it's very likely I will not fight them currently for the next match I am doing, unless it takes a long time. Actually, I wonder if I should maybe just like deliberately attempt to match with them again, wait a perfect amount of time so that we're opponents again, so that they keep having to Alt F4ing out of there and making no progress. It's maybe rude on my part, but theoretically they're being rude on their part to an opponent that just wants to fight a good fight. And sometimes you need like that sort of vigilante justice where it's like someone's being rude, so somebody else has to pick up the mantle of being rude to them in order to stop them from being rude to others. It's more like I'm running interference on their rudeness to others by putting myself in the way of it. You missed with your Fasan, you chump. was a bit of a mess, but I think we came through. We came through? We got through. I will begin a sentence, and the sentence can go in a few different directions that all generally exhibit the same outcome, but I will fail to actually decide. And as a result, I will say some word that is a weird combination of the things I wanted to say. We Kent was probably something like, we kept strong, we got through, we went through, or something. Like, I'm just sort of the quantum superposition of everything I wanted to say there. How the heck did I make a career out of streaming when I have such speech impediment problems? I don't know, but it's working. I think it's working, at least. I'm definitely not as much of a breakout success as some other people who just, like, show up one day and get 1,000 followers on whatever platform they're using. But that's fine. I'm fine with that. More so, I don't want to compromise myself to do that sort of thing. I want to make sure that when I'm going, it's me who's going. But since I'm part of a greater company of int, they can do the soul-destroying stuff because companies don't got souls. That's the plot twist. That's how they can get away with doing stuff. Uh-oh. Okay, I thought I had the chip damage to assault armor through that. That was my mistake. Knowing what I do now, I probably should have activated it a little bit earlier so that I could have survived the follow-up hit. I took too many propellers to the face. Ah, you missed. I feel like it's a little disrespectful to do those, like, long-range Rasan or earshot shots. There we are. My opponent definitely has the moves. They have got the juice, which is very intimidating. So it's going to go down to utilization of weaponry in this regard. I need to use my weapons better than they're using their weapons. And I have an innate advantage, given that I'm a bit more mobile. Like so. I think that battle came down to the fact that their weapons were not optimized for someone moving so fast, given all of the oppression they were giving me. I was still standing firm. And again, therefore, and again, and therefore, their weapons, making them so stationary, allowed me to hit them in their vulnerable moments. It made my weapons more reliable to hit, which made the difference, I think. I don't know these things for a fact. I am sight reading this entire game over the course of a year. I do not have an academic credential. I don't have a diploma from Armored Core University. I guess the Rubicon Institute, I guess, would be the Armored Core University. I just know what I've learned and picked up, and I am going off of vibes. I think my opponent is maybe getting sick of me, but maybe they also want the opportunity to actually finally beat me once and for all, because they've been getting closer. They've taken a phase off of me last time. And they're trying to façon me once again. Look, I'll wait, buddy. If you need a moment, I'm fine with that. I just want to fight. I enjoy the combat. If you need a moment to collect yourself, I'll wait for you. I'm here for you if you need it. Here, I'll stand next to you. Oh, okay, they're gone. You need some space? That's fine. Take as much time as you need. I can't blame them for not having a good time there. So, like, their sense of upsetness, it's okay to have those feelings. I just think maybe they could have at least played it out a little. Though if they feel like they regretted going into another match, they feel like they should have stopped a little earlier and they were just stuck in a situation they didn't want to be in, I can understand that. But in that case, you may want to rotate the fight into being a sort of friendlies match, where you're, like, you remove all of your weapons and you start punching. Because then, you're converting it into a different contest of sorts. If the enemy does not agree to these terms, then you are the more honorable one. If they do agree to the terms, then you're just playing a different video game inside the regular video game. Meanwhile, I have to fight me real quick, so, solved it. They're definitely designed to be a little more bulkier than me, but their weapons do not account for someone more maneuverable than them. I have a bit more flexibility given my explosive thrower at short ranges. Ooh, they got a good hit on me. That was enough. I feel like I just met an alternate universe version of myself. Another singles A rank teams, C rank, playing a tetrapod with double trinos and the majestic and a fourth weapon that explodes a lot. Like, that could have very well been like parallel universe me. Exception.zip. Well, maybe .jar. Exception.jar. That was me from the Java dimension. Ooh, yours is a very detailed emblem. It's got, like, shading and stuff. You also appear to be an Alba double... The needle... Viento, that's the name of it. Like your moxie. But you exploded. I like this opponent in theory because it is a close-range brawler, but with bullet suppression as opposed to thing and a punish of a melee. Good stuff, good stuff. I can respect wanton aggression in a close range, zippy kind of way, because it's exactly what I do, basically. How am I supposed to reliably hit my shots if I'm 400 meters away from my opponent? I can't do it. I gotta get up close and personal. Double contaminated city A. Ooh, I like your color palette. Black, silver, and like a turquoise. This person means business, you can tell. Ooh, too slow on the pulse armor. They did not expect that level of high damage at long range. I like them. I like this opponent. This opponent was cool. They appear to have voided out of reality for some reason, though. But that was a very, very fun play style on their part. You could see it. They were getting up close and personal. They wanted to hit me with the stabs. They wanted to shoot a massive laser cannon in my face. All at close range, using color. It was good. It was good. That was a fun opponent. Though the fact that they disappeared from reality makes me a little concerned that they were maybe rage quitting at the end there, but I'm not going to put it against them for someone who was doing a very, very fun fight. And I appreciate the fact that the game realizes that the fight was already concluded, like the result was true, canonical to its servers. So it still gave me the win even though my opponent like disconnected from reality. Hey Capper, that's a 4 dino dance! It's more than usual. I can tell you are very enthusiastic. Next opponent is another Hal-headed biped. And Setsu linear line missile. Okay, this person is going to be playing for spacing, I think. It'll be a tough nut to crack in terms of approaching them. I have not fired a single bullet yet. I'm going to start. On the rocks. Get iced. knows one? I almost lost it at the end. Ooh. Setsu linear double Truno on the knack legs. An evader with a very deadly tool to punish an opponent being far away. The trick, therefore, is going to be getting up close and personal. But not easy to do. But once you do it, you win. I liked that they weren't as evasive as I thought they were, mostly because it's interesting. They were trying to do a lot of maneuvers to then hit me with the linear rifle. I wasn't expecting them to be leading up for a charge shot like that. But now they're going to ladder mode, which makes sense. Ooh. They don't have punish other than to just hit me more.
AP at 50%.
Ooh. Gotta reset my everything real quick. Hold on. There we go.
AP at 30%.
Oh, I think they're gonna get me! Yeah, they got me! Nice. That was cool. They figured it out. They figured out my weakness was being hit. Did that have the, like, visual effect of me hitting them multiple times on that kick? Oh, the dodge! Yeah, they got my number. They figured it out. Cool. That's an entire other match added to the list of matches I gotta do. Back on Contaminated City. Ooh. Missiles, 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 and probably missiles. But something about the, like, color palette of their AC, that sort of, like, weird off-white cream color with the darker weapons, look interesting to me, aesthetically. Wait, was that the shield thrower? It's not the shield thrower I just saw. Don't know why I did that. It worked! How did that work? How much AP did they have left that killed them? But now they know my secret. They know I have assault armor. Which is bad for me. Oh, that was a close, almost hit.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Thought I had enough cover. Yeah, but they figured me out. They refused to get close. I'm gonna have to counter their kite with more kiting, and also maybe a bit more elevation. Oh, no, it's the bubble thrower. That's what they have.
AP at 30%.
Just in time. Just in time. Oh, boy. That was close. Okay. A nice solid 4-digit number with 3 zeros in its ones, tens, and 100s place. I'm beginning a match. Okay, I'm not starting a match. No, I'm starting a match. There's a match, maybe. It could potentially be a match. This is starting to get anomalous. What is going on here? Why are my matches not matching? What arcane magics are in play right now? I am a little concerned right now. Why isn't this working? Hold on, let's step out for a second. Go to the arena and, like, destroy Lil Z real quick. Just to reset the vibes. I don't blame Z for what happened. I am just using Z as a scapegoat in the archaic use of the term, wherein I shall invoke negative vibes upon them and then release them to outside of the city premises, basically as a form of, like, vibe waste disposal. Like, all the bad vibes are going to Z and then they're going to be moved to a landfill. Now that you think about it, old-style archaic scapegoats are basically just a form of, like, waste disposal from the metaphor that I just made, but I'm realizing how true that is. When garbage piles up in a location, you put it into a designated receptacle, which is then moved outside of your region or area of focus. And that's basically what a scapegoat does, except instead of material garbage, it's like vibular garbage. It's for the purposes of putting all the bad luck somewhere else. Exiling it, effectively. If the notion of scapegoats were still used in modern society, do you think we would create, like, a logistics chain for them? Like, in the same way that we have, like, a garbage truck that will go around and pick up garbage and move it to a place, some other place to be either cleaned, recycled, or incinerated? We could have just a collection of transportable livestock trucks that just come around and pick up, like, a sheep every once in a while and brings it to, some other country. Maybe, like, publicly they're just sort of brought out somewhere to not be around anymore, but in truth they go to, like, a farm somewhere. Just like a new farm startup. This has become an angel fund for farms. A new farm shows up, they want, like, a ranch section to make sheep and livestock for, like, wool or something. So they just go to the supply of scapegoats and pick one. I recognize my opponent now. I wasn't paying attention to the identity of my opponent for a bit there, but then I saw that they had the double true nose, and I was like, oh yeah, I fought you earlier. Speaking of which, the vibe reset did indeed work. We are now fighting people again. Ooh, that was a daring play.
AP at 30%.
I respect it. Yeah. kick into double true nose into charged linear shot. That was an impressive counter to me whiffing a kick. They looked for the one opportunity they had where I was immobilized, and they took the heck out of it. Okay, got good dodge on there. Let's do some true nose just to soften you up a bit now that you're no longer trying to dodge me, because people are predisposed to not dodging when they have the pulse armor out.
At 30%.
Let's play it safe. Played it safe. Safe plays. Okay, that's not as comfortable as the number we were dealing with before, because I did lose once. So we're no longer QQ aligned. Well, that's 7 more fights until we get to the promotion phase, assuming I don't lose any. But even if I lose 1, that's still true. It's if I lose 2 that becomes a problem. Okay, not a problem, but just an incorrect statement. Back at the parking lot. Maybe it's because I'm repeatedly fighting immediately after previous fights, but I feel like we are getting the same opponent a lot today. Not necessarily this same opponent, but same opponents overall. This is why it's the parking lot. They got cars here. That was actually really smart of them to combo me up and then hit me with the pulse armor. They're learning. They are definitely learning. They are doing cross-ups. They are making jukes. They are doing different plans against me. They're evolving. Yeah, they're learning. Step by step, they're figuring out how to counter me. I do think that they have maybe learned too much about countering and not so much about dodging. Or more so, they unlearned it and it's no longer something they're actively doing at the peak of their potential. They were doing a lot better dodging earlier than compared to now. But I think that's because they're now focusing on the ways to counter me specifically, which is taking up a lot of their thought processes. They're now consciously thinking about the fight, instead of subconsciously thinking about dodging in the fight. Hey. B. Hey, this is a completely different individual. Big, bulky, open faith concerns me. I don't recognize what weapon they're holding. It almost looked like the bad cook for a second, but I don't think that's correct. I think it's like one of the super laser guns. Yeah, that's a super laser gun if I ever saw one. fast enough. So it really seems like their only plan is those two weapons. I wonder if they're trying to make a statement. Should be careful about the statement they're making. Okay. This is an eccentric opponent. I don't really know what to make of them. I can't play the way I want to, but it also feels like they can't either. I think we're both just not happy about this. I'm glad that fight's over. I don't think I want to keep fighting Closhed Faith. It's an awkward flavor of fight. How much EN are they operating off of in order to use both those weapons? At that point, they may as well be a tank. Just gain some maneuverability. They'll still be able to shoot while in midair, just kick upwards. Just a weird vibe. Alright, we're on the interstate. It is Closhed Faith again. I really don't want to do this fight, but that's not going to stop me from fighting. Alright, Galoshes, let's see what you got. Move back. I think this person's weak to cover and also being far away. They've moved on to rapid fire, not so charged shots, which I think is a correct move. Unfortunately, it's not correct enough. Reset. Get cover. Yeah, I don't know. This is just a weird experience. I'm winning, but I don't feel comfortable. You are an enigma. Raven simply named H. Oh, sure that would hit. Just a weird time. You get all sorts in the world. A lot of people there. There's a lot of room for there to be weird. I'm a little worried now when we have long loading times for commencing match that things are about to be broken again. Yep, there it is. I'll keep trying. There we are. I'm a little curious about the networking of this game. Not in sort of like a what were they thinking sense that I think someone who's mad at the netcode would be, but just in a general, how it's put together, what decides a failure of connection at particular points. Hold on, I have to deal with this person with 4 Gatling guns real quick. I don't think I can talk while dealing with somebody with 4 Gatling guns. At least talking about something that isn't the fight itself. There we are. Keep it a reasonable distance, they'll come to me. There we go. Yeah, I landed on the building. Hey, Acela, good morning. How are you? I'm doing win. The rank's reset in a week. I gotta get to S rank before that happens. I don't particularly care if I get to S rank before that happens, but I'm gonna try. I've been fighting a colorful cast of people. Here's one of them. Actually, I think I remember seeing you before. Have we fought before? Your emblem looked familiar. Earlier today? Was that during the Joyous Guard fights, or was that early Tidewater? Okay. Ready to go? Alright, you're ready to go. Explosive thrower failure there. Hello, Capper. Welcome back to the dancing. Maybe sometimes in the thick of it, I will declare victory a little too early. I will admit that to be a weakness of mine. I see you have made tile 17 black. Congratulations, we no longer have the glowy bit on the coral line. That's supposed to vaguely represent the, like, coral missile launcher projectile, and that's just sort of a glowy line that swoops us forward. What were you trying to do there? Were you trying to make it blue? Because... Oh, okay, random chaos, okay. Fair enough. So the numbers represent what tile you're gonna select. For example, 0 is the top left corner, 10 is the middle left, 20 is the bottom left, and then, like, the ones digit is how far across. The letters correspond to the color, like B is black, R is red, Y is yellow, C is cyan, etc., etc. Lowercase for the darker variant, and uppercase for the brighter variant. There's only one case where your intuition as to what the letter would be might differ, and that is with blue, because black's already taking the letter B. Blue is U in classic Magic the Gathering card color typography fashion. Thank you, Quint, for the recommendation. Yeah, so that'll make it dark blue. And if you want it to be a slightly less dark blue, you would do a capital U instead of a lowercase u. See, you get it. Game's trying to stop me from getting to the promotion phase by ruining the matchmaking system. There we are. You're a participant! Ooh. Wait a minute, this is H again! He's picked a different AC! This is no longer Flush Faith or whatever it was. I gotta fight them with a real weapon. How's this gonna go? Double linear? Who knows what's on the shoulders? I was not paying attention. Ah, the double diffuse. Truly an open faith role player at heart.
50%.
There we go. So this iteration of H is not as scary in an eccentric way, but is scarier in a combat way. They have a very lethal combo. If I get staggered, I'm going to get double diffuse cannon to the face and just melt. So, first order of business is making sure that does not happen. Fortunately, I have the ability to move left and right. Something which I can use to good effect to dodge their bullets. Oh, they're getting a little up. Okay, they're gone. They left. Yeah. It happens. It's a very competitive moment right now in the upper echelons because everyone only has a week to solidify their rankings for this season before patch 1.06 comes out next week. At the very least, the nature of someone automatically disconnecting manually, paradoxical statement, I know, is that it takes them so long to reboot the game that I'm almost guaranteed to not fight them twice in a row. Unless there's problems. Like, look at this! I'm fighting the Fibonacci sequence for some reason. What do you mean by that? Fighting the Fibonacci sequence, or...? Ooh, good hit. That was incredible dodging on their part. I just had to sit there and gawk at it for a second. They made the foolish mistake of trying to defend themselves. They are very fast. And they used cover like a pro. My game strategy very much revolves around me hitting my opponent. So when I can't hit my opponent, I have trouble. I need to switch to a more reliable cadence of shots. There we go. No time to even defend. That's what I like to see. I think I feel the most comfortable fighting either lightweights who are surprisingly stationary or just midweights who are doing stationary activities. Because a lightweight has the advantage against me that they're really fast and I can't hit them. And a heavyweight has the advantage against me of they can survive my combo, which means I can't follow up. And I've actually expended all of my bullets trying to make them vulnerable, and they're not yet vulnerable. And now I'm vulnerable because I don't have any more bullets. So somewhere in the middle is where I really excel. That said, if they're too heavyweight and they're completely immobile, like a sort of close-range brawler tank with shotguns and stuff, then it starts to turn back in my favor a little bit. Yeah, if my opponent doesn't dodge, then I feel like I have an advantage. I feel like a Dark Souls boss. Like, my weapons are very telegraphed, very deadly, but very dodgeable. And I have a sort of natural cadence of firing that I do. So in theory, a hypothetical opponent could just sort of time out my specific moves as if I were a Dark Souls boss. And then I would be feeling the Dark Souls boss experience of trying to hit this tiny little human dude just sort of dodge rolling around me and not being able to get a hit in. In Armored Core 6, you're either playing Dark Souls or being Dark Souls, I think, is the way of it. I sort of stand in the middle. When I'm winning, I'm playing Dark Souls. When I'm losing, I'm being Dark Souls. It is sort of an advantage thing. I guess that's another way to divide it. So here's the diagram, the sort of like chart of possibilities. You have playing Dark Souls or being Dark Souls, and then in the other dimensional column you have while winning and while losing. So I would consider myself to be playing while winning, being while losing. That's just sort of how it goes with me. I would consider lightweight builds in general to be playing, regardless of circumstance, and heavy builds to be being, regardless of circumstance. Midweights can go on either side, depending on how they want to play. I've cracked the code to make a diagonal, where when I'm winning, I'm dealing down like this massive crazy combo of sick moves with like a rapier or something. And when I'm losing, I'm trying to use my very telegraphed attacks to hit a very fast-moving target. Such is the philosophy. A little worried about how long it's taking. I'm going to manually cancel and restart. There we are. It's not a hard rule, but generally, the one who is more playing Dark Souls in any given fight is going to be the one who is lighter weight. Or at least more maneuverable, but that's like a second subjective element I'm giving to something that's already subjective. I remember you. You were the first opponent I fought today. Back when I was still using Joyous Guard instead of Tidewater. Round 2, baby. I'm here for my revenge. That was just a little bit of catharsis on my side. Still, though, it goes to show that I have a lot to learn about using Joyous Guard well. I got some air on that explosion. Okay, that was a lovely bookend to that. Welcome to the promotion phase. It's where we promote. If you are unfamiliar with the nature of the promotion phase, I shall remind you now. In the promotion phase, you have a set number of matches you are going to fight, and in those you need to win a certain amount of them. If you do not win enough, or you get to a point where even winning the remaining matches is not enough to get you the points you need, you lose and go back to A4- with a bit of a penalty applied to your points. If you manage to win enough matches to get points before you run out of fights, you promote to the next rank. In the case of A rank into S rank, we are looking to win the next 8 out of 10 fights. It's pretty aggressive, but it's meant to make it almost impossible for someone at a lower rank to be falsely entered into a higher rank. Because even if you're at like the very bottom of A rank and keep losing, you do not get demoted to B rank. Ascending a rank is permanent, so getting through that threshold has to be unforgiving. And I'm okay with that. So normally at this point I would start a prediction to see will I promote. So I will do that. Fortunately, I have a convenient pre-existing promotion prediction from last time I did this. Vote now. You have 2 minutes. I am not waiting around for you. The other thing about the promotion phase is that I will be entered into a pool where I could fight either people in A rank or people in S rank. So I will be fighting the people I'm trying to join. So really unforgiving. You gotta be like real good to even breach the threshold. First opponent is indeed an S rank. They appear to be close range with some electric missiles, so I'm going to try and stay mid-range and let them come to me. Maybe even stay on the water. Definitely trying to bait me forward. Yeah, they have a very specific combo they want to hit on me. And I need to make sure I do everything I can to make sure that does not happen. That said, they have a lot of good punish upon me for being far away, so I want to sort of approach under cover. Done. Okay, it seems that the voting period for the prediction is over, and I've won one match. Just one. But Bayesian statistics are tilting towards my favor. They're not there yet, but they're getting there. Okay, so it is first to 7 wins or 3 losses. I got pretty lucky with the first match. It was not a difficult fight to do. So, did you just send me a tweet of the hippo? But like drawn and being the hippo? I just look over and I see that. Hey, it's the rematch. They're going to be wise to my tricks now, so I need to be careful. You need to respect the capability of an opponent to learn. Bad assault armor. I'll wait. I slid.
AP at 50%.
I mean, you learn eventually. That's a thing that happens. Oh.
50%. At 30%.
I've got an idea. But I'm gonna have to be careful to make it work. There it is! There it is! Oh, okay. 2 down, 6 to 8 more to go. Tricky, tricky stuff. Okay, alright. I think my opponent is not the most aggressively powerful, but they are very smart. They're cautious, they're patient. And that's honestly something that you should fear just as much as power. Ooh, this is not going to be fun. Double Zimmerman Open Faith Heavyweight AC with the 10-cell missiles twice. This is, unfun. Yeah. Nope. Okay, so I think the big thing I'm learning is 1, use cover to help dodge them. 2, keep your EN high and just sort of shoot them with reliable things at long range. Out of the end. Darn it. I do not like double Zimmerman open faith heavyweights that know how to murder me. Let's reset the RNG real quick, just because I would like to win. Let's go fight V1 Freud real quick.
Main system activating combat mode.
Okay, we beat V1 Freud. Moving back to the rank. Seven more fights, I need to win 6 of them. There's me, being me, doing some me-shaped activities. Okay, it's a different heavyweight. They got bazookas and stuff, which is an improvement, I think. I can at least dodge those. Let's see what we got here, but it's an uphill battle. Oh.
AP at 50%.
I predicted this.
AP at 30%.
Got him! Landed on the building. Okay, so their strategy is very similar to mine in execution. They got bazookas, they want to stagger me with them. I'm a bit more maneuverable and can operate at long range. They have missiles that punish me for being low to the ground. Generally, they're not very maneuverable. Oh.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
All right, yeah. Very, very bulky. I need to play slower. Or faster, actually. One of the two. But definitely not the pace I'm going at right now. Oh. Disengage.
AP at 50%.
There. Solved them. It was tough, but we got there. Good. Okay. 5 out of 6. Every win we get, the odds Bayesianly move in our favor. Maybe it's not even Bayesian. If you assume every fight is a coin flip odds, then once I get through one successful heads, the odds of me getting the rest are slightly better because there are less of them that I need to get. But that's not the only factor here. These are not coin flip odds. The true odds are a giant, like, big mess of skill and other factors that I don't want to do math on right now. But they're looking better every day. I didn't expect the assault armor! Oh my goodness, I'm fighting a fellow assault armor user. That's great. Also, respect the melee. They can hit me if I do not quick boost. That was an opponent that knew the fundamentals. And good on them for it. Okay, 4 out of 5. We can do this. Just one loss ratchets your odds very poorly in the direction you don't want. Like 4 out of 5 is the same kind of distribution that we had at the very beginning, 8 out of 10. Which means that I just spent the last 5 fights breaking even. It means we're on pace, but it means I have gained no advantage. I would like to be ahead of pace in case something goes wrong. It is tense. Ah, we are back to Iza. Is an opponent of mine. Be careful of their close-range destruction. Try and stagger them at mid-range and then kick if you have the opportunity, but don't try and go for it. Okay. Reset. Did not have the reload to punish that.
At 30%.
Sheesh. Yeah, if you get close to them, they will blow you up. So don't. That was smart. They're going for the reset. I know vaguely about where they are. Okay. 1-1. Round 3. There you go. It's a little cheap, but I do win on time with these conditions, so they do need to come to me. Okay. We're through. Three out of 4. This is where it gets tense. This is where it gets close. We're back here. Is that symbolic of something? Oh no! I'm fighting a laser tetra. What does this mean for me? Well, the good news is I think they vaguely want to get close, so they're not going to kite me forever. Okay, this ain't good. Also, they did not pulse armor at any point there, so I need to assume they're running terminal. This is bad. Okay. Hold back. Wait until every weapon has an opportunity to hit. Yep. Predicted it. No! Okay. There's no more room for error. I need to win the next 3 matches in a row. Let's go reseed the RNG. I'm gonna fight Michigan this time, actually. Michigan, I think, is a bit more of a reliable random number generator. Or it's a bit too aggressive. Then I can do weird stuff like that, and it'll go differently as well. Okay, Michigan defeated. The RNG has been reseeded. We may return to what we were doing. Ooh, it all comes down to this. 3 fights, 3 victories. That's what we need. That's all that shall be accepted. Double Gatling earshot missile. Okay, so they want to be close. And they're going to be aggressive on approach. And they have a pretty mean Punisher. But I don't think they have much of a solid plan of getting me into stagger to punish me with. What's important for this fight is I stay off the ground. Predicted. Okay. I think I can hold on. They are not very flexible with the AC they have. They must come to me, or else they'll just be shot at over time, which works to my advantage. Bad shot.
AP at 30%.
No, I had no help left. If I had hope left, that would have worked, maybe. Okay, we're through. Okay, none of the matches going forward are going to be comfortable. I am going to have fear. I am going to have fear. All right. Two fights, 2 victories. Okay. What are you? Oh no. Double javelin, double stun needle on a heavyweight tetrapod is weird. We are dealing with somebody who knows exactly what they're doing. Okay. The combo at their disposal is lethal. I cannot be hit by it. Otherwise I lose. Uh-oh.
AP at 50%.
Okay, alright, wasn't that bad. It's all down to this. One fight, one victory. That is all that can save me. All right. It is verdict day. It is verdict day. It's a rematch. Okay, okay, okay. Focus, focus. We've solved for this. We know what to do. Back up, back up. Okay, okay. Keep it together. Oh, no, 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 no! Okay, we did it! We did it! We did it! We're there! We did it! We're through! Down to the wire, but we are through! Welcome to S rank! I'm in! I'm in. Oh, we are back. We are back. Oh boy, let me choose prediction result. Alright, choose outcome. Will exception promote? The answer is yes. Oh boy. We're in. We're in. We are in. That's the wrong thing. Look at that. We got the honors. S rank. Okay, so honestly, the thing we do now is we just keep fighting more. We're in S rank now. We can up our elo, but if we slide back a little bit, I'm fine. My goal going into this was just to get to S rank, and preferably to do it late into the season. And that's exactly what we did. Knowing that the season will reset in a week, we've fulfilled this accomplishment, and I am in the meat grinder that is S rank for as short a time as possible. Thank you, Disorder Unit. Thank you, Domino. I knew I could do it. It was getting down to the wire. I was stalling for too long. The season was gonna end. But now I gotta fight the real meat grinder. Thank you, Acela. Now this basically means that I am motivated against doing anything in S rank for the remaining week until the season resets. But that's fine. This is my victory lap, which will probably involve a lot of losing. Like, look at this guy. Reverse joint double linear, they got a plan, and that plan is to destroy me. Let's see if it's a good plan. They got good dodges, they got good jukes. Nothing to complain about here. I should probably go for charged explosive throwers. They are keeping very good range on me. Alright, good shield up. Uh-oh. Whoa. Yeah, they got me with the thing. Hey, where'd I miss? Hello. I just got into S rank. This is my first match after getting into S rank. Wanted to make sure I got that squared away before the season reset in a week. Expecting the assault armor. I'm sorry your tetrapod is slow. I don't know why that would happen. Are you using the lamb legs? Because the lamb legs make you fast. Oh, you want the Varel. Okay, yeah. I don't know how to do a slow tetra. That's not my wheelhouse. Good shield on them. Did it. Yeah, you definitely want to be going with Lamb for your speed. You're a scholar of speed. You want your speed. Is being like 500 overweight actually that big of a problem aside from the fact that it complains at you about it? I don't remember the Rubicon Research Institute's report on an overburdened AC. I don't think it detracts from you all that much. If you're like marginally overweight, I think it's still good. Don't quote me on that because I've never run a deliberately overweight AC for any serious application. But like, can't you just like swap out a headpiece or something just to lower that weight a little bit? What's the vague design you're going for here? To not quote me. I told you not to. Oh frick! It's a tank. I actually think I fought this tank before. Maybe in a lobby. Albadu got that style. typically a fan of the spider head myself. Backing up. Reset the EN. Get in. Moving back. EN. Oh, they ambushed me. I wasn't expecting that.
AP at 30%.
Got him with the core expansion. Uh-oh.
50 for AP at 30%.
Yeah, I lost control of the situation. Nice! Congratulations. Reset. Keep it simple.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Too slow. One at the last moment. The explosive thrower's max range for regular attack is 120 meters, and on charged, it's 240. This will change in effect, like in effective range, based on whether you're moving forward or backwards. Because obviously, it's technically a projectile once it leaves your box. Oh wow, I got a lot of score for that one. I am rank 234 in S rank. I mean, I'm always going to advocate for needle missile, as seen here. But you could probably get some good soup work done. I honestly don't really know how to make missiles work good. Like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand how to use missiles good. I don't know why I'm saying fissils. It's a fissile material, a missile, because when it touches something, it blows up. Hi, Capra. I see your InTV popping. Yeah, I scouted that out before starting this stream. I just don't want to be involved in like I was there earlier just to fight and they were there, but for the stream, I don't want to be involved in that. Which is fine, because I had ranked to rise in anyway. What the heck? It's me, kind of. Oh, yeah, sure. You'll probably be ready before I am, so you make the lobby and then just tell me what the word is, the keyword. Maximum amount of legs you can have in a 1v1 fight, 8. I mean, it's gonna be hard to fit any more onto a Tetra. Like, 4 legs is already a lot.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Ooh, got me with the whip. Wrong. They were wrong about that one. Do not pulse armor against me at close range. You will evaporate. That was another super high ranked S rank. A 3-digit amount of elo change is incredible. I'm position 148! Oh my goodness, I could actually be a numbered S rank at this rate. Alright, let's look your room. Let's seek it. Seek the truth. There you are. Alright. They're gonna be looking for someone with a number. Oh my, you named it Green Sea. Why did you name it Green Sea? I mean, you're not any more or less cooked than already. Okay, so Armored Core 6 uses an ELO rating system, effectively, which comes from the ELO rating system made by the guy named Elo. It's pronounced slightly different, just due to modern conveniences. But the idea behind the ELO rating, at least to some level, is that the rating it gives you perpetually lags behind the true rating that you deserve. So the point of the ELO rating is not to show what your rank is, but to correct itself towards your true potential, your true capability at any given point. So by virtue of having an ELO rating, that ELO rating is outdated. You know what the correct move on my part would have been in that moment? Like, I know I won anyway, but I think the correct move there would have been to ditch my weapons and punch you, because I had no EN, everything was reloading. But punches, they work on cooldown, and I haven't punched you yet. It takes a lot of panache to correctly read and execute on a moment where punching is the correct course of action. Alright, you did get cooked. Okay, so some advice on tetrapodding, especially as a lamb tetrapod. Your hover is almost as good as quick boosting. Like my tetrapod, I get a hover speed of 380. That's faster than some people quick boost. It's best used dodging missiles ambiently without having to like move yourself too much. And you accelerate while hovering instantly. You can go from moving straight left to straight right instantaneously. which means for slow projectiles like bazookas, you can dodge them by just changing your direction after the bazooka comes out the barrel. Other thing for Green Sea, which is close enough to Tidewater that I think I should give you this advice, is that you want to be using Quick Boost into attacks very frequently. Like, Quick Boost into Explosive Thrower is very good for both dodging and attacking at the same time. Quick Boost into Bazooka, also good. I don't know how using the soup will match into this, but I see you've changed to using a whip, which is my counter. But now that I see it is on your build, I will you will no longer be like absolutely like flame blasted in cooking. You're being put into a pressure cooker now. It will take a while to cook you. Even spread over time, lower temperature, longer duration. Yeah. Additional cooked. Larger portion to be cooked. Okay, well this will be a low stress sparring match then. Try and hit me with your stuff. I'll try and be more evasive than offensive. I see you're using the Basho arms. Care to explain what that's about? They don't do anything for the explosive thrower, and I don't know if they do anything for the whip. Okay, so, alright, yeah, whip. If you say they do something with the whip, then I trust you. Hey, look at that. I can just walk forward and dodge the suit. Don't get too comfortable at any particular altitude, especially if you're trying to melee them with a whip. Because the solution to the whip is just be higher if you're going to stay at a particular elevation. Ah, good, good. Nice. Yeah, you need to feel the speed. There's a speed there. You maybe go a little more lightweight. Ditch the suit, maybe, and go for some lighter weight missiles or Trunos, because I love those. I'd also say maybe instead of the javelins, use the Majestic. Not necessarily for any, like, numerical stat difference, but in my experience, the Majestics have a lot easier time leading and tracking their targets. They don't track at all, but it just seems like they are easier to aim better.
at 50%.
Now, I don't want to just sit here and be like, hey, you know what you should do? Make Tidewater. Because there's probably an entire other, like, philosophy of speed lamb that you can find and utilize for yourself. But me reaching Tidewater was a process of slow refinement over time. to get to from basically the first AC I designed directly to Tidewater. There's a direct lineage. I don't think they do. I think it's the lamb legs gives you the hover, and then the hover is simply decided by weight. My hover speed in practice is 380. I don't know what yours is. But given that you're a lamb and you're trying to not be overweight, it would probably be similar. That is just sort of the nature of lambing. Yeah, you've bulked up a lot in the core. You're using like the VP core, whereas I'm stuck with the lamb core just to make sure that I'm not overweight. What generator are you using for? Oh, I can check this. VE20C. Okay, I don't really know what that does. You've got the Acellus, which maybe is a mistake given you want a javelin at mid-range. Maybe Talbot. Maybe the other Balaam one. I mean, I need to use the FP10, sorry, the FCSG2 P10 SLT because otherwise the Trunos would take forever to load in. PO5 FCS for Javelin. Okay. We have an expert weighing in. What is the PO5 stats? Ah, yes, maximum medium range assist. That's probably good for javelining. Actually, why didn't I select the PO5 for Joyous Guard? Seems like it'd be a good option. Maybe it's because I Talbot and I thought, oh, that was good enough. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good one too. It's a lot heavier and energy expensive, but similar results. Alright, you let me know what you choose. Alright, let's see what you choose. Alright, you've went Majestic, Explosive Thrower, Whip Truno. Interesting, you went with the Flugel boosters, which I like. I'm told they're for melee, but I just like them in general. Just a good all-rounder. I wish I had a more solid, concrete academic grasp on why what I do works and how to expand it to your own ideas. But it's mostly just vibes. I've vibed into Tidewater, and I just stuck there. It's very instinctual. Welcome back. You did. You did. That's the power of the funny map. Like that right there, what I just did, is sort of my go-to entry combo. Majestic, quick boost forward, explosive thrower.
AP at 30%.
Do a little shimmy. Ah, I thought that was the Majestic, not the Trino. I didn't even try to dodge that. You do have missiles. Take up a significant portion of your weight profile, actually. I'm sorry. Let's get you back on solid ground for a second. GG. Okay, so another thing. EN is something you need to have at like maximum for the Tidewater formula to work. Let's go back into a fight real quick. I want to give you some like this will just be multiplayer training room for a second. Because I want to show you like Tidewater's capabilities. Because I know you want speed, and I have speed, and I want to make sure you can have speed too. So a core aspect of Tidewater's evasiveness over time comes from the fact that hovering is not very expensive and just passively very fast. You are using the VP-20C, which is not so... Actually, I don't know the stats on the VP-20C. But I'm using the Santai, and I've basically always used the Santai. It is in my mind the ideal generator. It's extremely heavy, which is why the rest of Tidewater is so light by contrast. I'm basically required to use the Lammer Geyer parts and really lightweight stuff. But like, with this core, look what I can accomplish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... quick boosts until I'm depleted. Hovering, I can just move and I can like use those in the air. Like I can just go for it. And that kind of quick boost oriented maneuverability will save you a lot of problems. Just like going for it. And you quick boost into attacks. You quick boost into shooting. You quick boost into damage. You just go for it. You jump and then like for like 2 seconds you stay on the ground and everything's back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I land. 1 Mississippi. I'm like at 75% full again. Do a little bit of kick action. Quick boost over here. Do that. Just... I am unrestricted for like 10 seconds of sustained combat. And at that point, it's just a matter of finding the rhythm where you're like, dodge now, and then they're like doing a shot and boom, pow. You find the timing of your opponent, and then you just utilize those resources while you can, sit down, hopefully they're staggered at this point, and then you just restart. Alright, you can start hitting me now. Yeah, like any lightweight, you are heavily susceptible to stagger combos. Hence why I just exploded there. But that's also why the evasiveness on Tidewater is so important. Comes highly recommended. I came down to the Trudeaus. It was who hit first. All right. This one's just going to be unrestricted, so you can go back to the shop and get a Santai. I'm just going to obliterate you real quick. Hold on. Get interrupted! Fall back! Nice ending camera angle there. Okie dokie, tie it up. You really are just making Tidewater at this point. But that's fine. I taught others the secret of Tidewater before so that they could beat Lubaloo in a fight. So I'm fine teaching that to you. Just use this power wisely. You all right there? You've said a lot of letters. It's okay. It's for experimentation. You can use it as a baseline and then like expand it in the direction you actually want. It's very much an AC designed around my like mental profile of fighting. Like it's my flow, it's my timing, it's what it's made for. But there's probably room to make accommodations to your system. Because like I'm not very good at Joyous Guard. I try and use Joyous Guard in a situation I use Tidewater, it does not work. I cannot ascend the ranks in Joyous Guard. I am not an S rank Joyous Guard main. I'm not even sure if I'm an A rank Joyous Guard ring. I should probably fall back to B rank with it. I'm a B rank Joyous Guard. I'm just an S rank Tidewater. Like the one thing. True. Tidewater is an extension of myself. It's how I want to fight with almost no restriction. Hello. Oh. Oh. I live. Well, that's why you charge it. It has range when you charge it. Though it's also very sensitive to people changing their altitude even slightly. The way to dodge the explosive throw is just to jump. But I also feel like you're trying to kite too much. You're trying to keep me at range and hit me, whereas you really want to just, like, maximum aggression. Do kicks to stagger them so that you hit them with the explosive shot. Dodge into attacks in the same motion. Like, I honestly think you need to be a lot more aggressive as I fall out of the arena. Yeah, you basically need to treat it like it's a melee build. You wanna like hit him with the sauce. Like that was good.
50% AP at 30%.
See? Also, the kick as a good, it could either be as a stagger extender, but also, yeah, the needle is not designed for fighting people moving laterally for you. It's meant for people approaching you or moving away from you. It is either what you open with when someone's engaging with you, or the finisher when they're trying to run away. Or, you know, you hit them with it when they're staggered. I drew a chart for this a while back, but the basic idea is that the Majestic is your general purpose, like, targeted, I'm shooting something at you. The Explosive Thrower provides reliable damage at extreme close range because it's such a wide shot. And then the True Nose are for opponents trying to change the distance between you and them. And it all, like, overlaps to cover itself and all of each other's weaknesses in a really elegant way. Like, there I kicked you and I went in for an Explosive Thrower shot to escape. And now I'm staggered.
AP at 50%.
I kick. Evade by attacking.
AP at 30%.
Yeah, you're still trying to hit me piecemeal. These weapons are combos into each other no matter what order you use them. Like, an Explosive Thrower Majestic combo will stagger most things if you're fast enough. There you go. And then a charged explosive is a good finisher if they stagger at range and you don't have the True Nose.
At 30%.
Nice. I think you're beginning to feel it. It hasn't set yet, but it's approaching. There's gravity. I am, of course. I'm not in this to win. I'm in this for you to learn. I'm in instructor mode. Because, like, how much are you going to learn if I do my successful stagger combo immediately and you're just staggered and lose half your AP before anything happens? I'm doing, like, Mario Kart elastic difficulty. Like, start of the match, I'm backing off. I'm letting you figure out how your stuff is in there. Why do we keep going back to the donut? Well, the negative donut. Oh. Hello. Yeah, the whip is lethal. That's fair. I mean, you can go back to Pulse Armor if you want. I use Assault Armor for personal reasons, not necessarily core to the build. There was a time where I didn't use core expansions at all. And maybe that kind of, like, advanced weight training is what you need. There it is. I tried to make the read. It didn't work, but then it worked anyway. Gotta clench your teeth for those, I'm told. But yes, I'm running out of like material advice to give you. It's mostly just more aggression. Overwhelm the enemy. They can't hit you if they're staggered instantly. Majestic quick boost to dodge whatever the heck they're doing into explosive thrower is pretty good at getting a nice 1-2 hit, which if they're light enough will stagger them immediately. Yeah, there's a mental adjustment. It took me a while to finally get the hang of Joyous Guard, but it's fun. It's fun. You gotta treat it like fencing. Every shot they miss is an opportunity to annihilate them. Nice landing. Whoa. Oh, you're getting it. You're getting it. You are getting it. All right, let's see. Let's see how you do against full force. Too far. Oh! That was a great first engagement. Like, we were just duking it out. That's where the fun happens. There we go. Ah!
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Oh! That could have gone either way. All right, you can pulse it up. Just know that if you pulse poorly, I will obliterate you. That's just what will happen. The assault armor is very much a personal taste for me. It is not necessary for the build. In fact, in some ways, it is detrimental to me. But I've got personal opinions on core expansions in general. You tricked me! You tricked me! You said you were getting both expansion! You're in the psychological place now! That was diabolical! I'm impressed! Nice. The speed. If your opponent does all the right things, the opening engagement turns into a 1-to-death combo. Alright, you save that AC. I'm gonna go fight Iguazu. Not like campaign Iguazu, just regular Iguazu from the arena. I don't know why I decided to single out Iguazu like this, I just felt like it.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program.
Main system activating combat mode.
Alright, Iguazu destroyed. Is there a Rockwell moment, or... I don't really want to expand the stream for too much longer. I accomplished what I set out to do, and Armored Core 6 is a very intense game. The amount of energy required to do it is pretty high compared to other games. So I'm reaching my limit to an extent. Alright, let me bust out Joyous Guard. See how things are going here. I mean, Tidewater's a lightweight, kinda. But yeah, it's a different vibe. Possibly. It's still a 2 for flinching kind of situation. I think it is very much an atomizing situation. You did. You did. You're the one who taught me. I don't feel like that kick should have connected, but I'll trust you, game. I think it's 60. Let me check. Yeah, it's 60. I think 60 is the range for like maximum pain, and then it sort of like tapers off from there. Like the initial cutoff is pretty sharp, but still. Like from 0 to 60, it's maximum damage, and then at like 61, it becomes like this really pitiful, just a little bit of damage that doesn't do anything. And this continues on until it's like 1 at 300. I don't know, I only ever really used it as a close range obliterator tool. To counteract people pulse armoring in my immediate vicinity, or as a desperation move if I get staggered and my enemy already used their expansion. I end up using it too much on terminal armor for a 0 effect. Oh. It's because you were being Tidewater for a little bit. You gotta adapt yourself to the way of the world. Oh.
AP at 30%.
I mean, that's true for lightweight versus lightweights in general. Yes, I would agree. Oh.
At 30%.
Oh, the chip, the chips. I got chipped. Yeah, your emotions are returning to you. Gun, missile, and... I already forgot. Right, the knight. Of course. I started sight reading your AAC as if I don't already know exactly what it is from the repeated fights we've had over the weeks. Life is pretty fun. I don't know why you did that. Panic is a good answer. Very true statement. It doesn't always work because they're not like true staggered out of it, but you had like no AP left, so I knew that like an immediate stab would get you even if you could run away after. Oh, is there another VC party going on right now? I just looked and there's you, KGM, and Deep Lance. They're all just talking. Cool. Your AC was a lot more reflective in this lighting than I'm used to. That was cool looking. I mean, kinda. Well, this ain't good. Okay, wait, why do you have the whip? What did this change happen? I'm scared now. You're trying to juke me out. No wonder the paint looks different. Maybe that was a different paint job. I don't know how much kick do. I just kick. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
30%.
I lived somehow. I didn't live somehow. Mamma mia. No.
At 30%.
Trifling gnome. Your arrogance will be your undoing. Your mistake there was your own assault armor that you used. That was incorrect. It was the correct response if you had pulse armor, but you did not have pulse armor, you had assault armor. Okay, so we are entering 3.5 hour ranging. Okay, so we're entering 3.5 hour stream length. So I am going to do a few more Joyous Guards and then one Tidewater, and then I'll wrap things up. That's going to be the schedule for the next 10 minutes. Just thought you should know. I'm allowed to be EP. I'm running out of EN. I got an EN to be funny and interesting. And fight giant robot with other giant robot. Oh, there you did it. The pixels. The pixels. Where are you? Get your explode on. Oh, wait. I targeted you for a second. Hold on. Wait, oh, there you are. Darn it.
AP at 30%.
Ooh. The whip definitely counters me. did not have the AP to do that. Okay, given how much time that took, let's say one more Joyous Guard, one more Tidewater. One of each. It's just the top left thingy. That's where the pixels are. Like, that chat rectangle is Excels. That's what it's called. So System Crash scrambles all of them. There's Data Injection, which lets you actually pick what colors you want, what squares. And then there's Burst Noise, which is just a little jolt of randomness. Just to be funny. The expected use was that people would draw things there and be like creative and artistic, and they would fight with each other about what they're drawing. It doesn't really work out that way. Somebody just system crashes at some point in history, and everyone just ignores it. It does not have the worldwide appeal that our place did for Reddit. But, like, Excels is an evolution of the very first, like, creative idea I had for streaming. The original idea was not so much inspired by our place, but by Inside a Star-Filled Sky, where people would be able to draw like a 3x3 pixel of whatever they wanted. And people who would provide like higher amounts of support, like following or subscribing or something, would be able to get more exclusive like grids to color in. Because, like, obviously, if you're gonna draw in the subscriber grid, then the only way someone else can draw in it as well is if they're subscribing. So there's a bit more, like, job security, air quotes, for those higher tiers. It didn't work out because nobody was a fan of my streams at the time and did not care. It also took up a lot of space. So instead, we just have the free reign use Excels currently, and I've just got exploded while doing exposition. Because, like, inside a Star-Filled Sky, there are two types of flags you can, like, find and color in. There are ones that are just the most recent person overwrites it. But then, because it's such a large procedural game, it's the first person to ever find this square picks what colors the tiles are, and that's just it permanently. It's always that color for everyone in the entire world. So that was sort of the idea with the original Excels variation. That those who supported were rewarded with ridiculous amounts of, like, stream longevity of influence, despite it just being like a 3x3 pixel grid. And I'm glad that at least some version of it's still around.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Oh. I think that's curtains for me. Oh, if I didn't whiff the knife, that would have been it. That would have been it. I just kept shooting. I brought a knife to a knife fight. Alright, tide time. Actually, no. Wait. I remembered something. You wanted to fight Viscount. So, exposition for the rest of you who don't know. Viscount is an AC that I built for someone else who does not play Armored Core 6, just for the fun of it. One day they might. But until then, I'm just sort of holding on to for them. It's not an AC I like in terms of playstyle. It's unwieldy, but anything that isn't Tidewater is a little bit unwieldy to me, so maybe that's just my biases. Got a pile bunker though, so that's fun. Yeah, but it's still not my home. It's not where I feel at peace. I enjoy Joyous Guard. It's fun. But Tidewater is just comfort. It is peace. In a sort of ethereal way I don't really understand. Yeah, it's got potential. There's options there. It just seems so inconsistent to me. Alright, time for real. You want me to go earshot on that? I mean, I have to consult with the person I'm holding it for, but... I mean, maybe. Okay, we are proceeding. The tides are receding. Soon we shall rest until the next lunar alignment, which is theoretically 6 hours in real life, but in this metaphor is just sort of whenever I'm streaming Armored Core 6 again. Maybe a week, maybe when the patch comes out and we can see all the patch changes and how they affect things. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's sort of how it goes. That's the Tidewater experience. We've gone full circle. All right. In accordance with my previous statements, I'm going to be done now. just absolute suppression fire. But okay. It was a good time though. I think you've learned stuff. I've learned stuff. I'm in S rank now. It's pretty good. I'm almost rank 100. I'll maybe try off stream a little bit to bolt that higher, but I think I'm gonna fall off real quick. Thank you, Acela. Thank you, Weird Miss. Thank you, everyone else who's probably listening in the RFC lobby Discord. You've all been pleasant individuals. Even the ones who are publicly considered unpleasant individuals have been pleasant in my direction, so I feel like I'm being treated kindly. I'm gonna go, though. Tune in whenever the next stream is. It's a good time. I'm gonna go. I'm Exception. This isn't TV. Have a good day. And good... Interrupt my exit with... I can have... Yes, I'm going. Have a good day. And good night.